Hey people, it is Tuesday, September the 14th, and it is 11:27 in the morning, and the temperature is 19 degrees Celsius. And I just crossed Queen's Park Crescent East, and I'm currently heading west here on Wellesley Street, and I'll be walking into the U of T campus, the main part of the campus, the St. George campus as it's called. And I'll just take a walk around there to see how things are looking there on campus now that classes are in session and the students have returned to in-person learning after a year of virtual learning. And this is Queen's Park we're currently walking past. And right there is the Ontario Legislature. This is the back side of it. Of course, the front side faces looking down University Avenue. I think I've shown that many a time in previous videos. And even though it's only 19 degrees, it feels much warmer. The humidity is making a comeback. And I think today it's supposed to get up to the upper 20s, 27 or 28 Celsius later in the day.
When you keep going up, it's the first street you find. Like that bush water thing.
So I don't think I've ever entered the campus from this location before. So this will be something different than my last walk through the U of T campus. The last time I did walk through here, the campus was pretty empty and desolate because there were no students. See, lots of these trees are being protected for some reason or another. And already there's quite a few more people wandering around than my last tour of the campus. I recently did a video walking through the Victoria College part of U of T, which is the eastern section of the campus on the other side of Queen's Park. That's a much smaller area though.
Pocket.
And this has been under renovation for quite a while now. This was the big open green space here in the center of the campus. And it's getting a makeover. They're really digging down deep there. I'm not sure if they're putting utilities under there or parking spaces, or I have really no idea why they're digging down so deep. So as you can see, this is a downtown campus. It's not in the most urbanized, built-up part of downtown that Ryerson University is in. You might have seen my previous video where I walked through a part of Ryerson University. And that campus is located pretty much right beside Yonge and Dundas. This one's a bit further to the north and west. And it has a lot more classic university-style buildings. Much more of an Ivy League look. And the school generally is a much more highly regarded university than is Ryerson. This is one of the top-ranked universities in the world, and the #1 ranked in Canada. Get another look at this work being done here. Get a nice view of the Yorkville skyline from here. Now this way will lead back down to College Street. So I think just to change things up, I'll take some of these little pathways here. There's a campus map. It's almost like a little city unto itself. I believe the student population here on this part of the campus is around 40,000. And the University of Toronto has a total student population of over 60,000, but that's spread among a couple of satellite campuses as well. There's a campus in Scarborough and one in Mississauga. I think my favorite time to walk around through the U of T campus is in the fall. You know, all the trees are brightly colored and the leaves are on the ground. I actually did do a walk through here last fall, stomping on fallen leaves everywhere I went. I like when they make that crackling noise. Let's see what we find up here. I think that's the tallest building on campus. Academic building, that is. I think that's the McLennan Tower. Here's a very nicely manicured little stretch of grass. A reflecting pool. Looks like the fountain, if that's what it is in the center, is currently not operating, but what else is new?
Oh, right, okay.
Welcome to our smoke-free campus. I can get behind that. So maybe what I'll do is I will sort of loop back around to the street I was just on before this one, and then I'll head north to the more northern part of the campus. This part of the campus does run between College on the south and Bloor on the north. Okay, it's called the Burton Tower. My mistake. McLennan Physical Laboratories. But the tall building is the Burton Tower. Here's the anthropology building. And up there, that historic looking building with the steeples is the architecture campus, I believe. Central steam plant. That's interesting. Is that the noise I hear? Steam being generated in there. Alright, so now we'll head back up to the northern side of campus. So my camera turned off without me noticing, so I had to backtrack a couple of blocks to the point where it turned itself off. So there'll be a slight jog in the audio and probably the video as well. So it is approaching lunchtime, so I don't know if that would cause the streets to be a little busier. I don't know if people try not to schedule classes to overlap with the lunch hour, or if that's even a thing. Well, it's good to see things relatively bustling again here. And we're approaching Robarts Library. Which is the main library on the UT campus. and probably the biggest library in Canada. I don't know if that's an actual fact or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. I've shown this building a number of times before. I always remark how from some vantage points it looks like a giant turkey, built in the brutalist style of architecture. Really feel the humidity starting to kick in. And here's where Harvard Street becomes Hoskin Avenue. And St. George Street is kind of like the main street of the campus here. It is referred to as the St. George campus. There's the monstrosity, although I rather like it. Some people think it looks like a giant prison or something, but I think it's pretty cool. And here's a fun fact. In one episode of Friends, this library appeared on the show in sort of like a stock image, and it was standing in for a hospital in New York City. I remember that, thinking like, that's no New York hospital, that's the Robarts Library.
Coming back from music? Yeah, this is all music.
So this is the northern end of campus, just about a block or so from Bloor Street. And you can see some of the leaves are actually starting to change now.
We're at Washington.
Department of Economics. So as you can see, a lot of the old historic homes in this area are now campus buildings and fraternity houses. Lambda Chi Alpha. Yes, there are fraternities in Canada, although it's not really part of our folklore the way it is in the United States. Some people will probably actually be surprised to know that there are fraternities here on the U of T campus.
The one in Hart.
And here's the Bata Shoe Museum. This is not a campus building. So now here's Bloor Street, the northern border of campus. So we'll just walk east along Bloor Street. You can see my battery is getting close to the limit. I certainly didn't cover all of the campus in that walkthrough, but I did try to walk down or through some areas that I didn't cover in some of my previous videos. So if you put them all together, you might see the entire campus. Munch School of Global Affairs. That's a nice, beautiful old building. And here's Varsity Stadium, which is the main sporting facility on campus. It's not a huge stadium like you find on some campuses in the United States with 50,000 seats, but I think it's big enough. College sports aren't as big of a deal in Canada as they are in the US. I think, in my opinion, the main claim to fame of this stadium is that John Lennon's Plastic Ono band played a concert there in 1969 that was immortalized with a documentary movie called Live Peace in Toronto. I think you can find that documentary on YouTube in its entirety. And many other notable bands from the late 60s also played. I think the Doors played, and also Alice Cooper.
Somebody knows they have It's like small cowboys and
And I think I'll finish up this walk with a little stroll down Philosopher's Walk, as it's called.
I was gonna eat him because that comment about you like this comment was hard.
Seems like a nice way to wrap up the tour. And there's a look into the Meek Mile down Bloor Street and the Royal Ontario Museum jutting out there. But here is a lovely little shaded, heavily treed pathway known as Philosopher's Walk.
It's a bit different. When I first came here,
You can see the Royal Ontario Museum on this side. This is the old historic part of the building.
the rehearsal time here. I heard about that for a bit. I'm not getting it was so distracting.
Those pigeons have found a feast.
I do get my bang really hard.
She was saying, we were like talking about how we have no clue where our class is. What did it say? But the article was way more.
I have not spoken to them in
and there were at least 15 of them. They
I think up here is an awesome view of probably one of the nicest buildings on the campus. I believe that's Trinity College, as it's called. And now we're coming back out onto Hoskin Avenue. And here you can see a little plaque explaining the meaning of Philosopher's Walk and the Tattle Creek Ravine. So that's it. I think I will wrap things up. I can see my battery is about to run out of power, so hope you enjoyed the walk through the U of T campus. Leave a comment below and like and share and subscribe if you like. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal and via my new merch store. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.